Hello and welcome again to yet another amazing episode. I am Jacinta, your relationship coach, and if this is your first time, please remember to subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, karibu tena, and thank you for always being here, for supporting me by listening and for sharing, even for DMing me. I really appreciate them. Today, I'll be talking in line with what I discussed last time, which was self-love, and this is because somebody asked me, why do I even need to know, or why do I even need to what is the importance of self-love? Why do I even need to love myself? So today I'll be telling you exactly why it is important for you to love yourself, or why or what the benefits of self-love actually are. So welcome, karibu, and enjoy. I hope you enjoy this episode, and please, if you're enjoying this and you're just watching it and thinking, okay, I love her content, and you're not subscribed, please remember to do so and share it with somebody else so that they also learn. Karibu sana. So one of the most important benefits, there's a word like that, of self-love is actually being able to leave toxic relationships. Yes, I've said it. You will never be able to leave any relationship that does not serve you until or unless you're so in love with yourself that you know that you deserve better. If you're seated there and you have somebody in your life who is making you question your worth, who is making you wonder whether you're good enough, who is making you feel like you're unsure. They are cold, warm. Today they say how much they love you. Tomorrow they're not sure exactly how they feel about you. Then you need a lot of self-love, or what we call maybe a pinch of self-love, because that will enable you to recognize exactly what you need. I remember saying in the previous video, and if you have not watched it, please go back and watch it. It was a February's edition, and I spoke about self-love being a very huge topic, about the 10 branches, and maybe that is something that I can look into one day. And among them being self-value or self-worth, which is like the biggest, the umbrella of it all. This is like the whole, the cover of self-love, which is the biggest branch, which means that you will never see your worth, or you will never say that you love yourself enough if you have somebody in your life who is making you question your worth. So I hope this one helps, and I'll be giving at least 6 pointers. That was point number 1. It will help you. One of the biggest benefits is that you'll be able to leave toxic relationships, or relationships that are not serving you in any way. And I have a few pointers here. There are 6. The other one, and which is also very important, is that you'll be able to reclaim your peace of mind. What do I mean by that? When you're in love with yourself so much that you're even comfortable being alone, that you are able to place boundaries, you do not just let anyone into your personal space or your space, then you avoid unnecessary dramas in your life. You'll be able to avoid unnecessary drama from friends, unnecessary drama from even partners who are toxic. It's kind of related to the other one. And if you're in a toxic relationship, then you know how vital peace of mind is. You know that so many people play around with the word peace of mind, but it takes you losing it to actually realize its importance. So you're looking for peace of mind, then fall in love with yourself and tell me what you think. And if you're listening to this and you have actually realized that, please comment below so that other people know that what I'm saying is actually true, and just tell me how it was for you. The third point is that you're actually able to realize your potential. What do I mean by this? When you're stuck in a toxic relationship, when you're stuck with somebody who is telling you you're not worth it, when you do not realize your capability, when you have not realized what you're good at, and I said this as a bonus point in another video, in the other video, the previous one, please get to know yourself. When you're loving yourself, when you're falling in love yourself, then you even know your weaknesses, your strengths, your hobbies, what you enjoy doing. I know so many people, there are people out there who enjoy going out, for example. This is just an example. There are people who enjoy going out. That is the ideal fun. But maybe for you, it's just laying back, chilling back, and maybe watching Netflix, or maybe just taking a walk, or it could be maybe even relaxing and reading a book, or maybe even a drive. You get to understand yourself. And it is in the same line that even in career-wise, you're able to understand. I, for example, I guess I could say I'm an extrovert or an introvert. I'm a mixture of both, so I can thrive well under both. But if I know, for example, that I thrive or I work best in situations that are cool, calm, then I would know better than to be looking for a job in a club, right? So when you understand yourself, you're able to align yourself with what serves you, and you're able to align yourself with things and opportunities that are good for you, and therefore you can live to your full potential. So this, I'm guessing, is not is something very vital in your life, because you get to attract the people that you like, the people who are serving you, and also even career-wise, the jobs and the careers that will serve you and only you, that are just there for you. Imagine being this person who is so in love with themselves that they know themselves, because I know there are even people in relationships who don't know. Like, I get this in my DMs a lot, especially on Facebook. And if you've not subscribed or following me in the other social medias, please, I'm on Facebook, and I know the links are down below. I'm on IG, I'm on TikTok. So I get so many people DMing me, telling me, there's this man, and he's cold sometimes, and he's also warm sometimes. We've been in a relationship for like 2 years, but then he has not committed to me. And they're always talking about this other person. And I normally ask them, so what about you? What do you want? Because when you love yourself, when you have mastered the art of self-love, then you get to understand, no, this is not for me. You're wasting my time. Or I do not want this. I want somebody who is sure of what they want, and somebody who is sure of what they want, they know that they want me or they need me, and they will commit to me, so they will be able to love me the way I want them, the way I want to be loved. So that is third point, which is realizing your full potential. On to the fourth point. You'll be able to create authentic connections. And what do I mean by that? You have already known yourself. You have been able to know all the aspects of your life. Like I have just given the example before. Maybe you're not an outgoing person. You do not care so much about clubbing. So why are you not, and I'm not saying that it's wrong to have friends who are diverse, who love to be in clubs, but then why are you only having constant friends who love clubbing when you hardly love being in the club? Yeah. So, and this is even in terms of getting healthy relationships, getting into healthy relationships as well, because you already know what you want. Just like I've said, when you DM me and you're telling me about this person, that they're doing this, they are not doing this. What about you? What do you want? Which role do you play there? You are actually the star of your own life. You're the star of your own life, or your own movie. Where do you want to give the other person all the power to be able to make decisions for you? I normally ask them, so what if this person tomorrow wakes up and they're like, they can go out there and meet somebody and even commit to them in less than a month, because they're sure this is the person that they want. So if someone is stringing you along, they're not sure about you. So ask yourself, is this the kind of person that I want in my life, who is unsure of me? Why would you want to settle for maybe, okay, maybe they will choose me after they're done, they've run out of options. They're like, oh, let me just go back to the person who is always hanging around. Do you really want to be with somebody who is looking at you like that? Or do you want to be with somebody? And I have said this even in a previous video, you will never attract somebody better when you're with somebody who is not serving you. When you're with that person, you have closed the door for another person. And I will not go back to that video. So if you've not watched it, please go back and watch that video. I spoke about that. So this is, I think, the fourth point, whereby you'll be able to attract or to have or to maintain authentic connections or healthy relationships with people who are deserving of you, your love, your energy, and your time. So please, you really need to master the art of self-love. The fifth one is self-awareness. And it's just what I've said. You're able to know yourself. Self-awareness, and especially in terms of you're dating yourself. I normally say, how do you know you're not a morning person if you've never woken up early and be like, okay, maybe I prefer, this is what I like. If you've never maybe spent time alone, if you've never written down your emotions or your thoughts and be like, I felt hurt when they said this to me. How can you know who you are as a person? How do you become self-aware of yourself unless maybe you're talking to a therapist and they're asking you questions which are triggering you to think in a certain way? How do you become self-aware if you've not, because this is something that I spoke about in the previous video. If you do not have support system, maybe comprising of maybe a coach like me who's telling you, hey, self-love, this is a branch of self-love, maybe where you need to know your values, and maybe you know for you, your values are maybe consistency, they are maybe integrity. So self-awareness is something that you get to master or you get to learn about yourself. When you're falling in love with yourself, then you'll know what is good for you and what is not. And please let me just leave a thumbs up if you're loving this video and if you're taking something out of it, yeah? And just comment. You can also just comment down below and tell me what you think, or maybe some other benefit that I may not be able to mention or I have not mentioned as I go on to the very last point, which is that it increases your self-worth. When you learn of your value, when you know your value, then your worth is extremely up there. It's said that there's this, I don't know, it's a story where a stone may be picked on the, if it's in the sand, that stone becomes part of the building. It's important there. But if it's on the way, it's useless. If maybe it's in a museum, it's still a rock or a stone, but it's more what? Pricey, it's more valuable. So when you know your worth, then you know where to place yourself, and you know even your standards. You raise your standards. So you learning your value is going to increase your worth extremely. When you're not settling in relationships, when you're not putting up with people who no longer serve you, including your friends. Yes, that is a topic that we need to have, and I think I've had it in a previous video of toxic friends or even toxic family members, then your worth changes. So I'm hoping that this helps, because this is something that you've asked me. And please, if you have any other questions concerning self-love as a topic, feel free. I know it was a topic that we had just majorly decided to talk about it in February, but this was a question that was asked in light to the topic, and I felt that it was very necessary for me to address it. So if you have any other more questions or any comments, any requests, please feel free to reach out to me on all my social medias, or you can comment down below. And until next time, have a nice and lovely match. Bye.